What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we're going to talk about how the market just hit another all-time high. But wait a second, isn't 5,100 on the S&P probably it for now? And is it really true that I just spent $4,000 on a premium domain that is absolutely going to affect everybody who's got a small biz? All that and more coming right up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday. Yeah, I see it. Last trade, 1147. I'd be all over it. You know what I'm talking about. I'm also here to tell you that I do not think that this market is going any higher. In fact, we may have seen the high in the last 30 minutes. I believe it was 5,048 on the S&P. Look, we have been insanely overbought for the last few weeks. I said we got two choices. We go sideways or we go down 3 to 5% to kiss the 50-day moving averages across the board. And if we are going to go sideways, ideally, we want to see the IWM, the small cap ETF, go up. Well, it's up huge today. At one point, it was up almost 2.5%. Right now, it's up about 1.8%. Last trade, 202.75. And I told you back in October to buy it at 162. By the way, I hope everybody enjoyed the rigged, I should say great Super Bowl game. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I hope you had a good time. I was completely sober. And by the way, God bless all those who wish me well. I've been battling the flu. I feel about 88% right now. We got a very dark and cloudy rainstorm here in Atlanta. So if you can barely see me, that's why. But I enjoyed the game. Andy Reid proved once and for all, if it isn't already obvious, that he's one of the greatest, if not greatest, offensive minds, right? He used the Pfizer sellout, Travis Kelce in the slot as a decoy. He brings a nobody in motion and does the out with 3 seconds to go. That's Andy Reid. That's the greatest coach in fucking offensive history. But I digress. Yeah, I see it. 11.4 something or whatever. Get on it. I don't know why it came down from 13 and change. I don't know who the seller is, but if I had cash and I wasn't I wasn't laying out $4,000 for a domain that's going to affect everybody's life that's watching me right now, whether you got a small biz or not, I'd be all over it. Small caps, penny stocks in particular, they go to sleep from time to time. They've been sleeping now for 3 weeks. It's Bitcoin over 50,000. That run might be done for now. It's the fucking chip stocks like ARM. That run may be done by now. It's been everything but the pennies for the last few weeks. And it's not just what we own. It's across the board. Look at WISA. Did an offering at a nickel or 0.65. Are you kidding me? I told you to sell the stock for a massive gain at 30 cents and no effing way all the way to a nickel. So, keeping it simple, stupid, Bitcoin, it poked its head through 50K. That's obviously risk on. Last trade, 49,688. Topping out, in my opinion. The S&P at 5,048. Last trade, 5,029. Topping out. Not long term, but we got to pull back. We got to go sideways. We can't stay over 90 on the stochastics for what, 7 weeks now? This is a raging secular bull that's going to go on for 10 more years. Not without correction, not without recession. This demographically looks exactly like 1989. Back then, we had the boomers and the internet that Al Gore invented. Right now, 1989 looks just like 2024. We have the millennials and Gen Z along with something called artificial intelligence, which many say is going to dwarf the internet that Al Gore invented. So for the next 8, 10, 12 years, it's flying cars and motherfucking trips to Mars. Which brings me to a very important announcement that I have to make about you, me, and our future together. I'll have a lot more to say about this after I go on my first vacation in 19 years. But we turned 2 years old on February the 28th. And while I was sitting, thank you very much for your support, up there on my couch, battling the flu last week, I said, we need to make the transition. We need to make the transition from acquiring small business owners, what you might call the supply, to feed the demand that customers are going to want. Now that we're breaking even with a slight profit due to the Discord, we got to make the transition to going after the customer. So I'm sitting there on the couch going, okay, God, thanks for getting me through this flu. It feels like I'm breaking my fever, my sweat right now. It's just rolling down into places I didn't even know I had. What do we do now? And he said to me, well, what do customers do? I said, they buy things. So I go to register.com, buy small biz. Now taken. What else do they do, Jason? Same guy, same voice, Charlie Brown, my Buddha upstairs, the good Lord within said, what else do they do when they're buying things? Shop. $3,000. Shopsmallbiz.com. $3,000 with the SSL certificates and all the domains locked up until 2027. Cost me $4,000. So from right here forward, especially tomorrow when we get the HTTPS taken care of, you can get to us by way of trysmallbiz.com, which caters to the small business owners, i.e. the supply, and now the demand that I'm going to push like hell for the next 10 years, shopsmallbiz.com, i.e. the customer that's going to buy what you're selling, because we have 330 million Americans in this country. Only 10% own a small biz. 50% work for one that has less than 500 employees, but only 1 in 10 at random owns a small biz. So if I say to a group, hey, I need you to try small biz. I don't want to try small biz. I'm retired. Or I work for IBM. I'm a corporate guy. I don't want to try small biz. Versus if I say to you, hey, listen, I need you to shop small biz. I need you to take care of the men and women in this country who have a dream. 80% of those 33 million are one person, oftentimes in an apartment or a desk like this, working their rear end off 12, 15, 16 hours a day. I need you to shop smallbiz.com. And oh, by the way, who owns shopsmall.com? American Express. And if you think I'm going after them so they can pay for the whores, divorce, and the cocktails in Vegas, you would be correct. In closing, this is a soft open. HTTP will get you to Shop Small Biz. Same website. We're not changing the primary domain right now because it messes up the SEO, search engine optimization. It'll disrupt all of our backlinks. We have to test the traffic, which I think is going to go through the fucking roof. Because if you ask me, shop is far more powerful than try, right? I can talk to anybody. Do us a favor. Check us out at shopsmallbiz.com. I need you to help support the men and women that built this country. Versus I need you to try. I don't want to try small biz. Do you see? We had to get to a point where we could pay our bills and have enough supply so that if somebody types in, I need an accountant in Brooklyn, there's somebody there. And by the way, 95% of the qualified leads go to premium members. We have 228, actually 229 to be exact. There will never be more than 250. I said that months ago. I'm saying it again. There's never going to be more than 500. We have 300. 68 inside of the Discord. There's never going to be more than 750 total that I dedicate the next 10 years of my life to. So if you got a small biz, I'd hang on to it right now if you're over at trysmallbiz.com, because shopsmallbiz.com is going to be massive. And if we can somehow get aligned, whether it's an article or an official sponsorship with Shop Small, with us being shopsmallbiz.com, officially Small Biz, Inc. Incorporated, sky's the limit, which means, and thank you for sticking with me, I have to clean up my act. You haven't seen me say F Joe Biden in 5 months on Twitter. And I got it out of my system last night. It was F Taylor Swift and F Travis Kelce, who should be fined no less than $250,000 for what he did to Andy Reid. That's a horrible example for the children in this country. We wonder why students are fucking beating up their teachers for taking their cell phone when they see guys like this, who's very talented, almost knocking over his coach, throwing a temper tantrum. It's a horrible example from a tremendous talent. But if we are going to align with Amex and the likes thereof, I got to clean up my act. So you're not going to see me say F anyone on Twitter anymore. In my videos, 10 F-bombs will turn into 2 or 3. If you know Ryan Serhant, soon to be $1 billion real estate mogul, he always has at least 1 or 2 F-bombs, but it's tastefully done in his videos. I need to cut mine at least in half, and I need to stop putting it in print. Because if I approach them and I say, hey, you're shopsmall.com, we're Shop Small Biz. I've got 13,000 potential credit card owners, soon to be 30,000 by the end of this year, beginning of next, because we're growing at 60%. And that's before this domain showed up year over year. They're going to do a background check on me. They're going to take a look at my social media. And if they see me railing against the current administration or railing against the PSYOP known as Travis/Kelsey, there's no way in hell they're going to pull the trigger. So if I can clean it up just a little bit, and once I get back from a very special place that I'll take you with me, go all the way effing in on shopsmallbiz.com. I'm telling you right effing now, it's going to be amazing. So until next time, always remember that I love you guys and gals. And thanks for watching. Get in there and buy some right now, 11:30.